This is 5AA football.
Saturday night, round 22, AFL Nation for McCafe's best blend yet at a McCafe drive-thru near you. This is our Choices Flooring halftime floor show. For the floor you've been searching for, visit choicesflooring.com.au. Stakes with the Bombers leading by 7 points at the main change. Both teams back out there ready for this third term. Keno 24/7. Oh yeah, it's now live at lottoland.com.au. Our Lottoland matchups, how have they played out so far in your eyes?
Yeah, look, it's been interesting. I mean, the ruck duel, Tom Bell-Chambers v Brooksby. 7 disposals to Bell-Chambers, 5 to Brooksby. Hit-outs in favour of Bell-Chambers, so he takes that duel so far. Craig Bird versus Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall, I think, takes that duel. He's been pretty good. He does waste a few disposals, but his intensity and his ability to attack the game has been good. And the big matchup that we like watching that's entertaining is Joey Danaher versus Stephen May. Stephen May's got him for possessions, and I think he's probably got him on the night. Danaher's had the 8 disposals, Stephen May's had the 9, but Stephen May's kept him goalless and he's taken some intercept marks.
Keno 24/7, now live at lottoland.com.au. You can bet to win up to 10 million every 4 minutes only at Lottoland. Can you bet on Keno 24/7 on the go via the app or website? Speaking of all things apps, Draft Stars, well, it's got over $200,000 available in cash prizes each weekend, and you can try it for free or play for as little as $1. Make sure that you download the Draft Stars app, pick your team, and then watch your players score points live during play. It's for 18 plus, of course. You've got to gamble responsibly. We encourage you to do that, and if gambling is a problem for you, call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858. Third term about to get underway. 7-point lead, the Bombers over the Suns. You're sticking with the Dons, Stakes?
I'm sticking with the Dons. I still think they'll pull through, and I still think they'll win by over 20 points.
Righto, there we go. And there's the first tap to Bell-Chambers, straight into the path of a teammate rushing through. That was Gleeson. He was wrapped up as well. McGrath shovels a handball out. Laverde to Bird. Quick snap on the left in the direction of Tip and Woody. Can't take the possession. Wrapping up Martin there. The good tackle was Green, wasn't rewarded, but the Bombers will come up with it nonetheless. McGrath back to Bird. Inside 50. Danaher. Front and centre Green. Looks up. Goes left. Goes right. Handball. McGrath's had 3 disposals in the first 15 seconds of this term. That one, not a great one. Danaher, hands off. Green, snap, right foot, needs a bounce, got it, but standing in the way was Hall. His chip in the pocket is okay, finds its way to Rosa.
Great passage of play there by the Bombers. Fantastic pressure, but good defence by the Suns.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't... Excuse me.
They didn't panic. Just get that little bit of donut out of your throat there, Stakes.
Had a cough. They didn't make it easy, the Suns, that's for sure.
Now they got the ball, the Suns to the wing. Right, that kick, a little risky. It's been spilled. That was Rosa again. Now he sits on the footy, and I think he is going to be in some sort of trouble. He is. He's been pinged for holding it. And the free kick looks like it'll go here to Hart.
He's been unlucky, Matty Rosa. He's been caught holding the ball twice tonight. One from that passage of play there, another one from a bad handball that put him under a bit of pressure that he tried to recover.
Yeah.
So he's found himself in some funny situations.
Bird gave it to Heppel, whose kick goes straight to Stephen May, who marks unopposed. Bit of a waste there for the Bombers.
And that's what we know about him. He's done it again. That's what, poor delivery to Joey Danaher there. It's all in favour of Stephen May.
Oh, Tip and Woody nearly got Archie. The crowd let him know about it. Martin flew over the top of Kelly. Lonergan's there, and so is the boundary line. So no score. Early part of this third term, 2 minutes played. Ray White clock. Toyota Good for Footy scoreboard has the Bombers in front by 7.
But Stephen May, it's his ability to read the kick straight away. So he's not a player that just caravans his man and just hopes for the best. As soon as he reads that play, well, that kick, he's making his
Myers
decision.
has kicked the torpedo off the ground, if that's in fact humanly possible. Here's Hooker with Leslie just tapping the ball in front, and the Gold Coast defender happy to concede a behind. So the Suns 6-1-37, Essendon 6-9-45. Toyota Good for Footy raffle. Brooksby will get there just in time and touched it just before the boundary line. Here's Kelly though, as the Suns have turned it over. Kelly's kick, Tip and Woody, it's a 2-on-1. Big fly from May, he didn't take the mark, but fortunately, as Tip and Woody waited down for a crumb, the ball just eluded him over the boundary line.
Stephen May set on his own opponent again, and who was it? It was Adam Sard. He hit Adam Sard again. That's what he got up and gave him a pat on the head. So Adam Sard's in his way twice.
You'll have the frozen peas out in force tonight. Adam Sard, he's going to be a sore boy.
Oh!
Danaher! Well, it looks amazing. In the end, it's out of bounds on the full. Tip and Woody, just to let our listeners know what happened there, sharking it off the boundary throw-in, hacked it forward, and, well, Danaher, instead of trying to pick the ball up, has half volleyed it from 8 metres out and kicked it out of bounds on the full and missed the goals by about 30 metres, if we're being honest. But it looked exciting.
It was on the right foot. He's a left footer, so he swung the right leg at it. It caught us all off guard.
Good mark by Wright. Did he take it? No, it wasn't paid, but Ainsworth was there. Hall to Hallahan. Hartley's got him. Hartley's got him. That's holding the footy, and it is. Great tackle from Michael Hartley, who'll go back 55 out, probably just on his range, if not a little too far. And that was a Tyro Neptune tackle, contender of the night, drip irrigation, that handles pressure better than your footy team.
It's a torpedo.
He has, to the top of the goal square. Look at that, just drift with the spin. Hooker, good tackle on May, but he hacked it forward in the direction of Lonergan. Good composure by Hands. Got to Hanley. His chip outside a defensive 50. Martin, can he take the mark? Not on the third grab. Here's McGrath. He's blindsided by Rosa. Didn't see him coming, and he's been caught holding the footy. Free kick to the Suns at half back.
He's got one back there, Matty Rosa.
He has
He's
too.
been caught twice, and he's just pinned someone, so he's got one to get.
Oh, dangerous kick from Hall. Cut off Bell Chambers. Tip and Woody. Needs runners going past. Hooker shoveled it in the direction of Mize. Missed his target. Here's Aaron Hall. He's been everywhere in this contest. Leslie confronted. Hacks it forward. Touched off the boot. Play on will be the call. Heppel parries it in front from 49 metres. The Bombers skipper set sail for home. Bendix breaks, big moment. Ask your mechanic to fit Bendix brakes in next service. It was messy, it was scrappy. It needed a little bit of class. And Brent Staker for Red Energy. Dyson Heppel, well, he eats class for breakfast.
He's a quality player, and he's obviously the captain of this footy club. He's very, very good. And to finish like that quality, it's outstanding. The Suns, however, just made a few blues. They just needed a little bit more composure. They didn't need to play on or go for too many 45 kicks so quickly across half back. Just get back from your mark. You got your 6 seconds, find the right option and hit it. They were playing on a little bit too quickly, and the Bombers from there just preyed on a mistake. They got a mistake. They kick a goal.
Captain's goal to start this third term. Bombers are out by 14 points, and they're out of the centre. The kick is good to Stewart. He gets a shove. Will he get 50? No. No, the umpire was okay with it. Stewart goes short. Zaharakis, he goes really short. Too short for Laverde. He wraps up Spencer. His handball. He's going to be pinged, I think. He is holding the ball. So a free kick to Laverde, who's going to be 55 out on the boundary, won't have the shot. Centres it up. Great kick, great mark. And it's Cale Hooker. The man with the man bun can go back now, 35 out, directly in front to put this out to 20 points.
Cale Hooker, he had that purple patch in the third quarter, as we mentioned last week. Maybe he can do something similar this week. He doesn't muck around, straight back.
Oh, he does. I haven't even looked up from my book. He goes back and just drills it. And the Dons have got a little run on. The last 2 of the second quarter, the first 2 of the third. 6.5 minutes on the Ray White clock. They have the know-how. And on AFL Nation, where the Chicken Clubhouse is back, now in the Macca's Gourmet Creations range, the Dons lead by 20 points.
He's turned his career around this year, Cale Hooker. We know that he's had many years as a defender, and he's had some tough jobs. We know the infamous incident chasing Buddy Franklin along the boundary line at the MCG.
But it's been replayed again over the last 24 hours.
Oh, you have nightmares. But it's good to see him up forward and making the most of opportunities. And as you say, he's kicked 40, 41, 42 goals this season. It's outstanding. And he'd be very, very proud of his season so far.
Yeah, that's goal number 41. Absolutely spot on. Brent Staker here for Red Energy, a 100% Australian gas and electricity retailer. McGrath, they went to handball, he missed the ball, but Tip and Woody was there to support. Zaharakis has been fantastic, and just as I say that, he puts it straight down the throat of Pierce Hanley. Suns rebound out of defence. Rosa back to Hanley. Now to Lonergan, look out. Bellchambers missed him. Oh, but Gleeson did it. Toro Neptune tackle. Advantage paid, the Bombers. Waste no time here through McGrath. Looks up. Inside 50. Deep. Tip and Woody. One-on-one.
Oh,
great effort, Spencer. Came in late. He might have hurt himself in the process.
Very gutsy.
McKenzie, clearing kick. Nice kick. Hallahan can't take the mark. Goddard's infringed, though. Some contact with the arm. Advantage paid. Hallahan, he didn't waste any time. His kick to right. Hartley there to spoil. Bombers win it back. Bagley, Hartley, player all by himself on the wing is Goddard. Coming off the interchange bench for Spitwater is Dyson Heppel, but he ignores him. Going to switch it up, BJ. And he goes to Bagley, right at the top of his defensive 50. They continue to switch, this time to Parrish. He'll just set this one out to Grass in front of McGrath. He collects. Tip and Woody. Hasn't had a great night. And Sard wore him like a glove there. Won it back for the Suns. Rosa, McPherson, Hanley. Well, he skips past McDonald, Tip and Woody. That's no mean feat.
Good
Takes
play.
a risk inboard.
That was on the opposite foot.
Yeah, the risk paid off as Brooksby marks at half back. He wants to handball, doesn't want to kick. It was a little bit risky, but they're going to get away with it. May to Lonergan, to Miller. 2 steps, kick inside 50. Oh, he's got the sit here, Ainsworth. And he takes the mark. 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle, slightly better.
Well, that was a wonderful passage of play. A little bit of a hairy moment there with Keegan Brooksby, the ruckman, but it all started with Pierce Hanley. He was his risk in changing up the angles, taking on a couple of players, but he was prepared to change those angles and come inboard, and he found an open player and he put it on the left boot. So great play. Now they line up for a shot on goal, and it was a good kick going forward by Tuke Miller to get over the back.
Ainsworth has one tonight. Ben Ainsworth from 35 out. Desperately needed goal for the Suns. He knew straight away. He pumps the fist. He goes to the Bombers skipper and says, "What did you think of that?" Dyson Heppel didn't give him much of a response. Goal is the result. And on the Toyota Good for Footy scoreboard, the Suns 7-1-43. Just bridged the gap ever so slightly. The Bombers 8-9-57.
Yeah, there's a little bit going on behind play there while Ainsworth was lining up for goal, which involved Heppel. That's why they all went over and got in Heppel's drill post the goal. So a little bit of, must be a little bit of
verbal jousting, perhaps?
Yeah, I was going to call it something else, but I'll go with verbal jousting, Benny. But good to see a young fella, Ben Ainsworth.
Yeah.
Took it upon himself. Pressure goal there. Really needed that goal, and he went back and kicked early. So good effort.
Aaron Hall up to 22 disposals. Simmons home stats, and he's had a busy start to this third term. Pierce Hanley, who was a big part of that goal, the lead up to it. 16 disposals for the Bombers. David Zaharakis leads on that front with 20 disposals and 8 inside 50. Simmons home stats, proudly building home since 1949. And if you're on Coleman Medal Watch, Joe Danaher yet to trouble the scorers tonight, which means he still trails Josh Kennedy by 5 after the West Coast Spearhead kicked 4 in their loss earlier today to the Giants. So we've ticked past 11 minutes on the Ray White clock. Bombers lead by 14 points. Inside 50 they go, but not far as Spencer cuts it off, takes the mark. Defensive kick, okay, into his goal square. Joyce takes it and now goes to May. The opposite back pocket. The Suns just looking to maintain a bit of possession football at Etihad Stadium around the grounds for Aviator X-Pro. Carlton just giving themselves a little bit of breathing space, leading the Hawks by 14 points. And in the Bledisloe Cup, less said, best said about the Wallabies.
Do we want to mention the score?
Yeah, we better. There might be some Kiwi fans listening in.
I'll let you mention that.
The All Blacks 40, the Wallabies 6, and that's half time. Parrish was slung. Crowd wanted holding it. They don't get it. Here's Bird. Wobbly old punt kick. Inside 50. Green had the sit. Getting back Joyce. Desperate spoil over the boundary line. And it'll be tossed back in 15 away from the Bombers' goal.
And just with the Gold Coast Suns, they've got Pierce Hanley sitting behind the play there, trying to generate a bit of run. So they're trying to use him and Adam Sard to get that drive going forward. Now, Pierce has been pretty good. He just needs to do a bit more of it. And every time they do intercept, get forward. Don't go lateral.
Bird. Good tackle there on May. Hacking it out of the congestion was Hallahan. Lonergan caught. McGrath just got the hands free. He's got a great ability to do that. Bell Chambers sold a teammate in McKenna under some real strife.
Hold the ball.
Kelly, well, he was slung as he went to kick, and in doing so, he missed the footy altogether, and there's been a 50-metre penalty. Maybe for a bit of lip.
And you can see Peter Wright striding those massive strides, trying to get forward. A couple of players are trying to block his run, but he's got to get deep here, and he's got to get a block from a teammate. No one's there trying to help him out.
So it's Aaron Hall with the free kick. You were right about those strides. To any other human being, they've got to have about 4 to match up with Peter Wright's 1.
Oh, he covers some ground.
Hall kicks it to 20 out from goal. Big fly from Harbrow, but he missed the footy altogether.
It was such a poor option. It was poor leading pattern from Peter Wright. He didn't have to run around so much because he was going to be the target. So if you've got to play it safe, just get Peter Wright to stand there and get everyone around him, kick it long that way. But they were all running around a little bit without a plan, and the kick just come in, unplanned as well.
Ambrose took the intercept mark, gave it to Goddard in the pocket. Down the line he comes, and Cale Hooker starting to really work into this contest nicely. Down on the boundary line for Spitwater. That's what it does. High pressure cleaners, tools, not toys. Ben Ainsworth getting some treatment. Kicked the last goal of this game. And we'll find out what the issue is there shortly. Hartley's kick. Back to Hooker. Good spoil coming in there from Leslie. And they've forced a stoppage. The Suns in their 50.
Yeah, they defended well then. They forced the Bombers down the line. Made them take a kick that was going to be risky.
Yeah. Saw the issue with Ainsworth in a tackle on McKenna. McKenna landed full body weight right on top of him, so he might have picked up a little bit of a corky. Hopefully that's what it is. Yeah, could be that too. Goddard tumbles it forward. Well done by Joyce. He'll get the free kick there, surely. Josh Green a little overzealous in his tackling attempt. And he gives away the free kick. Jesse Joyce on the wing. Inboard he comes to Hall. Disposal number 24 coming up. Here's Hallahan. Called to play on.
He didn't move off the mark.
I didn't think he did. There's a fly there from Ambrose. At the back, Zaharakis. Now to Gleeson. The Bombers can build off half-back again. Goddard opts to go by hand to Bird. He looks up. He's going to set Heppel a task, and he's up to it. Great mark by the main man at the Bombers. He's just attacking side of the wing. Far side here at Metricon. Bombers, comfortable lead, but would like to get it out a little further. Tippenwoody marks. 60 out from goal. Spins around. Wastes no time in finding a target inside 50. And here is the young man, Josh Begley. 2 goals in his first quarter of senior footy. He must like this end, Stakes.
He does. Look, he's a solid little boy. I mean, you look at him there. He's got strong legs, strong lower body. It allows him to break tackles. Obviously a little bit of speed, and his upper body, he'll definitely build that up. But what I like then about the Bombers is they kept that space open. He took that mark then, Begley, on Stephen May. So that says a lot. First game taking a contested mark on Stephen May. Outstanding.
188 centimetres and 94 kilos is how he is listed in the AFL record. And he comes, kicking for his third. And you can hear the groans from the Bombers fans down the effects mic. Hits the woodwork. And a minor score, 7-1-43 the Suns. The Dons, a little wasteful, 8-10-58. 16 and a half minutes on the Ray White clock. They have the know-how, and that is brought to you by Toyota. They're good for footy scoreboard.
Trent McKenzie.
Oh,
that was a torpedo, I think.
It was. He didn't make great contact, but it's still
went
gone
70 metres, 65 metres.
I'd hate to see him actually get onto one. It might have landed up here. Free kick to Martin from that contest. Oh, that's risky inboard, but it's worked out okay again. Swallow marks in front of Danaher, who's just struggling to get into the game, Big Joe. I thought he could do some real damage up here tonight, and he may still. Kick by Swallow. Fiorini gets a shove. And Myers nearly gave away the 50. Aaron Hall, he's racked up some kilometres in this quarter. Lonergan looked to handball, decided to kick in the end. Gleeson couldn't complete the mark. Bagley in support. Looks inside. Look out, Zaharakis, you're in trouble. Got the hands out, did well to Hartley, to Bagley. Labour intensive here for the Bombers, but they'll get away with it. Here they go, Gleeson to McGrath, and out wide he comes looking for the young man Begley. Squall was good by Archie.
Great squall, well done.
And it was good because it found the boundary line. 60 out from the Suns' goal.
Ben Ainsworth there on the boundary line, just looks to be moving okay. He's got the left quad heavily strapped. Yeah. Obviously, he's had a very good cork thigh there, but he looks to be moving okay, so he should be right to come back on fairly soon, I'd say.
So we've got just over 7 minutes left in this third term. Bombers lead it by 15 points. Game still very much up for grabs. Another stoppage. A couple of Bombers tackling in there, and we'll have a ball up 70 around from Gold Coast goal.
The thing that's impressed me, Benny, is that this third quarter is basically almost the intensity of the second quarter and the first, because sometimes after half time, you know, teams can go to sleep, but they both come out and both fighting like they were in the first half.
Zaharakis to Parrish. Kelly back to Parrish. This is at half back for the Bombers. Now Zaharakis will come back boundary side and get it to Heppel. Like we saw in that second term, it does take it out of the players. The last 5 minutes it really opened up. I wonder if we'll get the same result here. Kelly takes a bit of a risk across the face of goal, but Bagley doesn't let him down. His kick here to Gleeson wasn't the best, but Gleeson has so much time and space to look up and just hit it down the line to Tip and Woody.
Tip and Woody, he likes those, he reads the play well and leads well. I mean, he's got a fast player on him in Sard, so Tip and Woody's speed is testing Sard's defensive ability, but he's starting to come into the game a little bit more at the moment. Tip and Woody, more as that hit-up player.
Second-guessed himself a little bit there. Laverde couldn't mark. Got to him on the half volley. Here's Goddard. Big ball there. He won it well. And now the Bombers can look to build again. Sits up for Hartley. He's got support. Parrish to McGrath. Back to Hartley. This is all happening on centre wing for the Bombers. Inside 50 they go. Nearly a mark to Stewart. Tip and Woody felt that he was held without it. Play goes on. Archie to Hall. Back to Archie. Little chip kick. Tip and Woody nearly got there to take the mark. In the end, the fingertips will do for the Bombers. They get a boundary throw in right on the paint of 50. Nearly ticking into time on third term here on AFL Nation. The Chicken Clubhouse is back. Now in the Macca's Gourmet Creations range.
McDonald, Tip and Woody, Benny, you can see why he's such a likeable player, because when he turns it on, he is very hard to stop, and he's very, very exciting. Between his pressure acts or his marking ability, he is absolutely outstanding and quickly becoming a fan favourite, if not already, in the AFL.
Giving it away there, Schoenfeld, Ambrose, Merritt, nearly tackled, just got it out to Heppel in time. Now the Bombers will look to switch, and they've got one out. McKenna to Kelly, all by himself now is Bagley. He looks up, and he's got a player all by himself. So they've worked this well, the Dons. Myers, Tip and Woody again. The kick just really didn't favour him. Sard closed well. Tip and Woody wins the ground ball. Back to Myers. Breaking left foot kick. Sits it up to 30 out from goal. Heppel decided not to fly in the end. Laverde shrugs off a tackle. Looking for Begley. 2-on-1. Did well, the young man. Just kept it in front. Spencer to Martin to Rosa. The Suns now outside of defensive 50. Here goes Sard. One bounce. Confronted by Merritt's. Got him! Oh, yes. I sounded a bit like Bill Laurie there. Got him, yes. But it was a great tackle. Another one. A Toro Neptune tackle. He is racking them up. Is Zach Merritt. And he wins the ball back for the Bombers.
That's a great tackle. Geez, he kept an eye on those hips. Sard's he's pretty elusive, Sard, but Merritt kept his eye on those hips, and when he got in nice and close, got his body in close to the target, laid the tackle really well. Had his footwork right as well. Absolutely.
Here's Goddard. His kick to Green inside 50. Marks it 40 out on a 45-degree angle. As that great Colombian poet Shakira once said, Stakes, those hips don't lie, mate. And that's what he did. He watched them all the way.
Yes.
And he has been, well, he's been the best tackler out there tonight, no doubt about it. Zach Merritt will get his tackle count shortly, but he's going to take some beating for the Toro Neptune tackle of the night. All eyes on Josh Green, as he'll come in here looking for his second and to get it back out to a 21-point margin. In he comes off the boot, looks to be hugging the near side, and that is the end result. A minor score. Toyota Good for Footy scoreboard. Suns 7-1-43. The Bombers 8-11-59.
And we just want to see how the Suns can bring this footy in. I mean, there's clearly still within the game. It's just their ability to find the short option here. But it's their next kick, their next couple of kicks, they've gone, they tend to go long. And if they don't do that, they tend to switch 2 or 3 times. So maybe only switch once and then try and attack and trying to find that space. But it takes these midfielders have to work hard, the Suns midfielders, to find that space and give options.
May's long kick out of defensive 50 for the Suns is smashed over the boundary line by Bagley. Only the 3 tackles, which surprises me
for Merritt.
With Merritt, but all three of them have stuck. And I reckon every time he's made a tackle, we've mentioned our great friends at Toro Neptune.
Yeah, well, he's been... he's laid the big tackles when they're needed, pretty much.
Bell Chambers, just over the top of Brooksby, far too easy. Inside 50, it tumbles. Oh, Danaher, if he meant that, it was genius. McGrath's snap, it's either out on the full or it's been marked by Martin. Half a dozen of one, 6 of the other, and the Suns will bring it back into play.
Jack Martin took the mark on one side. He ran halfway around the boundary and took the... Oh, it's poor kick.
Joyce to Fiorini, who's put it out here in front of Hallahan. Got to be good here, the former Hawk. He did okay initially, but then went back for Fiorini and missed him with the hands. Goddard, Kelly, confronted to Heppel. Going to be run down. Oh, he nearly loses the dreadlocks. In the end, he knew the contact was coming and he ducked. And this from Bell Chambers with an element of risk to it. Makes it look good, Merritt. Now we'll come back to Begley.
They're defending well, the Suns. They just got to come forward here. They're left a little bit of space. That's why they can find this open man. So don't retract. The Suns need to come forward, hold them up.
Marty Gleeson gathered the ball there and had acres of space. Gave it to Hartley. Well done by Parrish just to get across Leslie and allow Myers the easy mark. The kick inside 50 in the direction of Hook can't complete it. Yep. Danaher floating around as well. Boundary line wins out. And we toss back into play.
You can just see there the Suns players, a couple of them second guess whether to say, oh, do I go back and defend that space or do I come forward and man the mark and try and hold the Suns up? In today's footy, you'll probably hear most coaches say, come forward, man the mark and allow the other player from behind to come forward onto your man that you've just left.
Oh, great tackle, Turk Miller. He got Carl Hooker and he wrapped him up like a big bear. He was going absolutely nowhere. So Miller with the free kick. Oh, just for a moment or two, I think that there were maybe a couple of hearts in mouths as Schoenfeld ran back with that one. Now to May, the skipper. Inboard he comes. Ainsworth. I reckon he's a bit sore and he's taken a great mark and Bagley has crunched into him and given away 50. Oh, big call. Bendix Straight's big moment. Here's the replay. What do you think, Stakes?
He definitely got him across the head. He gave him an ear massage, but it was...
The little... it was an unintentional knee as he falls into him. Let's have a look here. Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah, yeah, little rip tickler. But was it 50 metres? I don't think so. He was just in the contest. It wasn't obviously late.
Train hard, live large, INC Sports Nutrition. That's available at Chemist Warehouse. So, after receiving treatment on the boundary line for Spitwater, that's what it does. Ben Ainsworth, well, this will be for back-to-back goals. He kicked one in the 10th minute, and it's now the 26th minute. Bendix breaks. Massive moment. Ben Ainsworth. Oh, yeah. He's got 3. And we've got a game at Metricon Stadium. 8-1-49 the Suns. The Bombers 8-11-59. Just 45 seconds left on the Ray White clock. And AFL Nation for McDonald's, Brent Staker. It is certainly game on.
It certainly is. And look, for the Suns team with at least, would we say 10 of their startup players?
At least.
At least. So
yep.
you maybe say 12 at a pinch. These Suns players are playing fantastic football. At times it's not clean, but it's outstanding to watch up against a fairly strong Essendon team. On paper, you look at Essendon and go, well, they should win, but the Suns have been fantastic. Their ability to get in and under and try and win those 50-50s is better than what we've seen most of the year.
Massive Essendon contingent that have made the trip here to the Gold Coast, and they're just a little nervy on their seats at the moment, hoping it's not going to ruin their August holiday. Martin, risky, goes backwards. McKenzie made it look really good. He hacks a kick forward which somehow landed in Leslie's lap, and now it's been cut off by Parrish. The Dons have time, 15 seconds on the clock. This is going to the hot spot, 30 out. Where are the Flyers? Well, there's plenty there. Ground level ball now. Stewart wrapped up, Bird, Zaharakis, Danaher. Did he get one in the back? Bombers fans want it, they're not going to get it. And the chorus of boos rings out at Metricon Stadium. 3/4 time. AFL Nation, do not move a muscle. Saturday night footy. Well, we haven't got the close one, but it's still bloody close. 8-1-49 Gold Coast. The Bombers 8-11-59. There's only 10 points in it. Big final terms coming up right after this.